Welcome everyone. So the only reason you could be here is due to the fact rather you just want to watch for fun, to rate it, or you just bought the F-18C Hornet, in which I will congratulate you on, as it may or not be your first module you have purchased. Full fidelity wise. This jet, from 2 months experience, is one of the best. I don't own many full fidelity, but this one is great. Another optional add-on, which I do recommend for future, will be the Supercarrier. And yeah, why don't we just get straight into starting up this puppy. Okay, so welcome to your F-18C Hornet cockpit. As of right now, in the current time, it is pouring down a gale of rain, and it is very dark outside. The first thing I like to do is turn on my flashlight by pressing the left alt and L. I've already got it turned on, prepared, ready to go. Next step you want to do is close your cockpit and canopy, my bad. By doing that, you press left Control and C, and you want to hold it until your canopy, shuts. You'll hear that scratching sound. I don't know how to explain it. You'll hear it and it'll go like a, I don't know, you'll figure it out. Once your cockpit is completely closed off, no rain is getting in, etc., come down to your right board panel and turn on the battery by pressing right click on the main battery. You should see 3 warnings come up, and most things just will not light up. It'll be under the left MFD or your engine related stuff, so your RPM, your temps, etc. will come up. Everything, you don't need to touch it. Next step, you're going to come down to your left, right click on your APU, turn that on. Wait for that to come to green. While we wait, we want to turn on our MFDs, so honk, honk. And then the middle one, turn on to bright fully. The reason we do this is so that when we do start our right engine, everything will power on at one go. So, once the green light is turned on, we'll do a right engine crank by pressing right click on it to turn on the right. Always start the right, that is just a warning, always start the right, I cannot stress it enough. The jet will bugger up if you do not start the right first. So, once your RPM gets about above 18, you want to get your right throttle to idle position. The way to do this is you press right shift and home. This will then spool up your right engine, and your temperature will go up probably above 300, possibly to 500, depending on, say like right here, from the 500. The chill position, like the position you want to be in, it'll go down, but you want to get around 300 to 320, about that area. Becky will start going at ya. Now, while everything is starting, you want to come down to your right, your radar, press 2 right clicks to turn that on, and then your INS you want to press to ground. Next thing you want to do, you want to put backspace, you're already off stick, you press stored heading. Once that is done, next thing you want to do is turn on your dispense buffer, pressing right click, and your ECM right click wants to standby position. Once that is done, you want to come to your right MFD, press the menu 2 times, and go to your FCF page in the bottom right. Now for your left MFD, you want to click the menu twice again, 3 times again. You have to click it once. For me, I had to click 3 times, I don't know why I did, but anyway. Come up top right, and you click on your checklist. Now, your right engine is spooled up. Everything's basically good to go, you would think. No. Next thing you want to do, come down to your console, turn your brightness on about halfway, depending on how dark it is for you guys. Turn on the floodlights, quite a chunk, and then turn off my flashlight, left or well. Okay. Now, once we've got everything basically started, basically good to go. So turn on our HUD. Make sure it's not too bright, because if it's bright, flashbang basically when you don't want that when you're flying. If you want to do, you want to turn on your front display, go to IFF, and then just turn it on. Everything turned on basically, so you want to go through everything, TACAN, ILS, data link, BCN, and autopilot's automatically on by default, and then change your radio frequency depending on your deck. The way to figure this out, if you're on a server, you press right shift and P, your pilot will come on. If I turn my flashlight back on, pull it up, your ATC frequency, 127500. But I do not need this. So next thing we want to do, we'll start our left engine. Actually no, sorry, before that, I'm going to reset all your warnings, so trim and all your warnings. Now, you've got your ING unlike, and then your LMAD, AMAD PR. Next thing you want to do, come down here, what AP you still want. Left click to crank your left engine. Wait for your RPM to hit above 18. If that happens, you want to come down, press left, alt, and home. Set your left throttle to idle. Same thing, your throttle, your temperature will probably go above 300, probably up to 500, depending. There it goes. See, it's going to spool up. Yeah, that's 500. It's going to go back down to about 307. The same about your right engine, probably one temperature over. Now, once that is done, you want to click back on your checklist. It says wings are folded still, so that's fine. Go back to your checklist. Stay there. I didn't mean to tell you to get out of it. That was my fault. Next step you want to do, you always want to turn off your parking brake. If you're on the deck, you want to make sure your flaps are set to half. I personally don't like having a taxi light on. It's too bright, and then when you take photos, etc., it doesn't look nice. Next thing you want to go to your ground crew, and then you want to click wheel chocks, and then remove.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks. Copy.
The crew will come out visibly, and then they're removed. There you go. So we've already got parking brake off and everything. So now we're basically good to taxi out to the catapult. But one big thing to note about the F-18, so you have no steering, correct? And the main difference, right, with two things. So you obviously have a shorter deck. You're on a deck, obviously. You're not on an airfield. You don't have as much room to turn. Your nose wheel steering, you only have around 25 degrees to 45 degree steering angle. As you're on the deck, you need to have a lot more than that. So, on the deck, you basically get above 80 to 90 degrees of turning radius. The way to do this, keep your wings folded at all times until you get on your catapult. Then what you want to do, if you go to adjust controls, my personal bind is left control and then like a num like minus, I don't know what you want to call it, num dash, I don't know what you want to call it, but the bind is called undesignated nose wheel steer switch. Once that is binded, you want to click that. What this will allow, let me just turn the audio down so it doesn't ear rape you guys when we go to our F2 view. What this basically allows is for your nose wheel to go a full turn like that. Without it, sorry, let me turn it back off. Okay, I can't turn it off because we haven't got it. No, actually, I got it now, sorry, my bad. So, yeah, there you go, now it's off, turn it on. That would be the most you could go on an airfield. But when you're on the deck, you need a lot more. So, we'll get that much when you turn on the nose wheel steering. Okay, once that is on, we are clear to taxi. So I'm going to go to the ground crew and go request launch. Nothing will be set over the A-18C comms, but what you want to do, taxi out to your dedicated catapult. So I'm going to dedicate myself to the catapult 2. I'm going to taxi out to catapult 2 as said. If you don't know what the hand signals mean, I'll leave a link in the description to what all the hand signals mean. I'm not going to run through it, so I'm just going to get ready and line up, and I'm going to explain what you do to set up a catapult. And then continue going forward. So I'm in halt and halt. These are just going to be basic hand signals. There are a lot more you can do, depending on what scenario you're in. So he's telling me to unfold my wings, so right click twice, and left scroll means scroll wheel forward in. Wings will unfold, and that is so. And so my launch bar to the extended position. So he is going to run off to the side, next to the shooter. What he's going to tell me to do next is tell me to spool up to get on the catapult. So what we're going to do, we're going to spool up just enough, not too fast until you feel your jets automatically stop. You want to go idle, see the jet stopped itself. What you want to do, you want to go about 85% throttle, and if you get to enough, and you'll feel that clonk, and then there you go. You're in position. You're on the catapult, you're ready to go. So what you want to do, you want to wait, your plane will dip down, as you're locked into the catapult. Now, launch bar retract. Now the shooter has lit itself up. Now what this hand signal means simply is to spool up. So what you could do, you could go to adjust controls. If you have a HOTAS, probably best to do it. But you could do pilot salute. So I'm going to do this one. I can't bother. I'll show you the other way as well. But what you do, so you got behind that pilot salute button. That's just the default button. What you could do, you go to your ground crew and just press salute. But I'm going to do it the other way, in which is left control, left shift, and S. I'll spool up first. That was my bad. So you always have to be spooled up full way. And then there you go. Press it, and everyone will bow down to their legs. Their hands up, so they're all good. Everything's good about the plane. You get down his legs, and bonk. We are gone. We are in the air, people. Gear up. Make sure you put the gear up. And then you are off in the air. At the moment, it's awfully dark. If you were to get high enough, it would be a lot clearer. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you did learn something new, of course. I hope eventually you'll be able to start this jet by yourself. This will be the easiest module to start, if I do say so myself, comparing it to the F-16. They're both super easy modules to start and learn. But personally, I like the F-18 startup process. It's just a teensy bit complicated, but it's very enjoyable to do. So I hope I see you guys in the future, and have a good one.